But let's talk about Trump in this indictment because I was honestly surprised that it actually went through. I didn't think it was, but we live in a clown world these days, so let's start talking about that. So from APnews.com, AP sources, Trump facing at least one felony charge in New York case. Look at me. Okay, New York. Former President Donald Trump is facing multiple charges of falsifying business records, including at least one felony offense. In the indictment handed down by a Manhattan grand jury, two people familiar with the matter told the Associated Press on Friday. He will be formally arrested and arraigned Tuesday in his hush money case, setting the scene for the historic, shocking moment when a former president is forced to stand before a judge to hear the criminal charges against him. So, yeah, we talked about this a little bit on Tuesday, but this just came down the pipeline, and yeah, it's happening. So, let's go ahead and take a visit to his jail cell.
Come on, man.
It's really ridiculous. I mean, when you think about everything else that's gone on in politics, I mean, this is clearly political persecution. I mean, when you look into the Obama family, what they've done, when you look into the Clinton family, what they've done, when you look into the Bush family, what they've done, when you look into the Biden family and what they've done,
what they're still doing.
Where's Hunter? Where is he at?
Exactly.
Where's his indictment?
We were talking about that last show, man. Like, it was a big thing, and then all of a sudden they came out and said, "Hey, we got the laptop unlocked. We're about to figure out what's going on," and that shit's just been.
Yeah, let me see if I can find something.
Floated away.
Just floated away. Like, it doesn't matter. They don't.
Now we're
they don't
back
care
on Trump again.
Here, let me go.
Yeah, my son is a criminal and he's a drug addict, but Trump paid a porn star to be quiet about having sex with me. You know?
Right.
Like, this is what we're worried about.
Here, just this doesn't show too much, but this is just a little glimpse at like how much is actually on Hunter's computer, and you can kind of see some of it. I don't know. But I mean, that's not even scratching the surface of what's all on it, but it's a lot of it is
like I
really
see a lot of pictures of him and some females.
Mm-hmm.
Naked females, a lot of naked females. But that's okay.
That's okay.
He didn't pay him hush money.
Yeah, there's a lot of videos of him, just doing crack on there, some of the pictures.
He didn't pay anybody hush money. He was honest.
He was honest about it.
He was honest.
He was completely honest when he told the reporters that he smoked Parmesan cheese off of the floor after he mistook it for a crack rock.
He was honest. He didn't pay anybody no hush money. Apparently, that's a capital offense anymore.
Well, let's go ahead and take a look at this article.
You can smoke crack. And you can fuck prostitutes. But you can't pay anybody money when you do these things.
Well, I mean, given that they're prostitutes, he had to have paid them.
No. Hunter got it for free. He smoked crack with them.
And he was put in charge of Burisma over in, Ukraine. He was the head of, a big energy facility because he has that experience. Had nothing to do with the fact that his dad was vice president. Let's just go ahead and get into this next article. Speaking of things that the Democrats have done. So from the Federalist, I really like this organization. You guys should definitely check them out.
I like that. If no one is above the law, Democrats and their partisan pawns would be arraigned, not Trump. I love that.
True. Hillary Clinton there with bomb dropping Obama. Because remember, like he dropped a bomb on a 16-year-old American citizen.
Hiroshima Hillary.
Okay, if Democrats truly valued rule of law, they would pursue cases against many more people before even considering indicting Trump. This was written by Jordan Boyd.
America's two-tier justice system status was solidified on Thursday after a Manhattan grand jury voted to hit former President Donald Trump with a felony indictment. The C is silent.
Mm-hmm. Well,
indictment and the threat of imprisonment. Cue the chorus of Democrats and corporate media mouthpieces who spent all of the Thursday night on Twitter condescendingly warning no one is above the law, not even the former president. Well, what about the president we got now? He's not above the law either.
Yeah, they have been ringing that pretty loudly on Twitter and all over the news media. But yeah, let's see. Oh, this was really wonderful. In addition to suggesting that Trump is not above the law, former Speaker of the House, glad that she's a former Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi claimed that the former president has the opportunity to prove innocence in court. Of course, the law, smugly touted by Pelosi, dictates that defendants are presumed innocent until proven guilty, not the other way around. And here's her little tweet about it. The grand jury has acted upon the facts and the law. No one is above the law, and everyone has the right to a trial to prove innocence. You know, kind of like how they do over in China. Hopefully, the former president will peacefully respect the system which grants him that right. So whether Pelosi's innocence comment was a Freudian, I can't ever say that word, Freudian slip or a genuine assertion, we may never know. What we do know is that for years, Democrats have operated under the belief that their party members and their partisan allies are above the law. So let's go through this little list of things that they just overlook and don't worry about. So for number one, the criminals Alvin Bragg refused to prosecute. So while Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg was busy searching for ways to indict Trump, violent criminals were taking over the New York City streets. During Bragg's first year in office, major crime in New York City increased by 22%. Since then, the DA has made a career out of reducing charges for armed robbers, freeing cop beaters, relaxing bail, and letting violent anti-Semites off. Bragg's soft-on-crime policies may have earned him left-wing billionaire financier George Soros' favor and dollars, but even Democrat-voting New Yorkers know that he's no stranger to giving better treatment to convicts than law-abiding people like this bodega owner who defended himself against a murderous criminal. Freudian. Right on. Thank you for the help. I'm kind of retarded.
Wow. After a hardworking bodega owner in Manhattan defended himself from a violent ex-con, Alvin Bragg charged the bodega owner with murder and threw him in jail. Wow.
I did see this.
Yeah, we watched
video,
this, but I think our viewers want to watch it too.
I'm not going to show it.
Oh, you should.
Yeah, I don't like showing people dying on the show.
Well, I feel bad for this old man, and that guy has no business being behind the counter there, so what happens to him, he deserves. And he keeps trying to tell him, leave, dude, just fucking leave, just leave. And he won't. So the old man lets him know. See, this is a classic case of fucking around and finding out. That guy pushed his level of fuck around, and he found out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just
see, look, he's just manhandling him, man. And he's like, fine, fuck it. You want to fuck with me here?
But yeah, that's what
he
happened.
tried to solve it peacefully, but that guy would not leave.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and then he started getting physical with him. So the old man's like, well, it's either me or you, and it's going to be you.
True. And everybody should have the right to do that.
I agree.
Okay,
if somebody assaults you and they end up dying, you should not be charged with murder. That was self-defense, because if that person wasn't fucking with you in the first place, none of it would have went down.
True.
We are prosecuting the wrong people. We are imprisoning the wrong people.
True. So, number 2, Hillary Clinton. If Democrats truly cared about campaign finance law violations, they would have already prosecuted several members of their party, including Hillary Clinton. In 2022, the Federal Election Commission fined Clinton's 2016 presidential campaign for falsely attributing the money that the Democrat used to orchestrate the Russian collusion hoax. You know, Russia, Russia, Russia. If Trump is guilty of intent to conceal a campaign finance crime, a motivated prosecutor might look at the DNC and Clinton's campaign's efforts to hide their involvement in the so-called Steele dossier and find they were guilty of the same crime. Yeah.
That cracks me up when you said Russia, Russia, Russia. It reminded me of the Brady Bunch. Marsha, Marsha,
Marsha,
Marsha.
Marsha, Marsha.
It's always about Marsha.
It's always about Russia. Maybe that's why he does that. I mean, maybe he's a big fan of the Brady Bunch.
It could be. It could be. Which is a twist in itself. I don't know if you've ever read about that, but
let's keep on going. In addition to her election meddling, Clinton and her staff mishandled highly classified information, which resulted in at least 91 security violations. Instead of raiding her house and asking the DOJ to prosecute her, the FBI inexplicably agreed to destroy Clinton staffer Cheryl Mills and Heather Samuelson's laptops, knowing that the contents were the subject of congressional subpoenas and preservation letters. Clinton also played a central role in the decision to abandon 4 Americans in Benghazi, Libya, where they were murdered by terrorists. But, you know, Trump allegedly paid a porn star not to say that they had sex. And that's just crossing the line. You can't do that.
I've said it for years about Hillary, man. That bitch should have been in prison 4 times over with 10 life consecutive sentences.
Well, they keep on having people who are like close to them and like know secrets about them suddenly commit suicide.
Yeah, isn't that weird?
It's really weird.
I'd still like to know how the guy put a shotgun hole in his head, in his chest, and still was able to hang himself. That's impressive.
He was motivated.
That's impressive. He's making sure it's happening.
Making sure. Okay, number 3, bomb dropping Barack Obama. Before Clinton was forced to pay for her scheming, President bomb dropping Barack Obama faced one of the largest fees ever levied against a presidential campaign. $375,000 for campaign reporting violations. Instead of facing calls for prison time, Obama received years of protection from the corporate media and faked fact checkers who repeatedly downplayed his violation as a proportionally small infraction compared to the $1 billion he raised on the campaign trail. I mean, you could also put in there, you know, he dropped a bomb on a 16-year-old American child.
Bomb dropping Obama. I like it.
But yeah, that's pretty bad too. Couple of Hoosiers podcasts. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, CastBox, pretty much anywhere that you get your podcasts. We do a live stream show every Saturday on Rumble. We upload to YouTube, Odyssey, and BitChute. But if you want to get everything all in one place, go to cohpodcast.substack.com. I write blogs for every episode. They're pretty good. Go check them out.